Conversate for a few.
Welcome to the next episode of Conversate for a Few. I'm Jonna.
I'm Alan. This is not a podcast about classical music.
Absolutely is not. This is a podcast about hip hop. What we doing today, bruh?
Yo, Conversate for a Few annual hip hop award show.
We handing out a few.
Yeah, we got to give out a few for a few.
A few for a few. I ain't mad. I ain't mad.
Yeah,
Hey, man, it's about time, man. I tell
yeah,
you
we're
what.
a little bit late
Eh,
doing it.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's what, a half a month in.
Yeah,
Mm. I tell you what, bro. The reason we late is because, as far as scheduling goes, for the last few years we've been doing year end review, and for super busy years we've been doing a half year review
yeah,
along with the Conversate for a Few awards.
right.
I got it in my mind that I did not want to do a review of 2020.
Yeah, yeah,
So somewhere along with the review went the awards.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like some long when I threw the review out the window, the
Yeah,
awards were attached to it by proxy, and it was unintended. So when it dawned on me, it's like, oh shit, we do have to do the awards though. I don't want to talk about last year because everybody know last year 2020 was
yeah,
a dud. Everybody
yeah,
know that. So we don't gotta rehash it. I think everybody know. We thankful. Everybody that's listening, we thankful we here, and thankful everybody that we know and love that did make it is here with us. But
yeah,
we ain't going back through all that shit. We are gonna hand out a few, but that's why we late. You know what I'm saying? That's why we
yeah.
late.
Right. That's facts.
Full disclosure. That's why we late. I won't
Yeah.
go sit on here and depress myself. Oh, fuck that.
Right. All right. So, where do you want to start? With what category? We got
Oh
a few.
man. Okay. Should we give people a little bit of understanding since like everybody ain't been here before? This the third
Yeah,
one, but we picking up new listeners. You know what I'm saying? Inshallah. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So uh give people a rundown of what we typically do.
yeah. Let's do that.
Alright. So you wanna start or you want me to
Yeah. You can start.
Alright. Well it's basically it's basically our Grammys, right?
Right.
Uh we know they don't get the topics right almost ever. So,
Right.
we want to make sure that we reward the people that we feel like rewarded us in hip hop. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? For the year. So, we giving people their flowers. And instead of a Grammy, instead of an Oscar, instead of a Tony, we give out a few. Our award is called a few. So,
Right.
let's conversate for a few. So, we're going to hand out a fews
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
here, yeah, today. So, all right, you want to
And I'll say this. And
okay.
we have categories that are not generally in most award shows, music award shows that you will see, because to just give out a hip hop award and not not categorize it,
Mm.
then somebody gets cheated. So we're going to give out a classic hip hop award. We'll give out award in melodic, an award in trap, because those are different um, categories of hip hop or
Right,
within hip,
you might even
like
call them subgenres.
subgenres.
Right. Um I don't know what I want to I figured let's start at lyricist of the year.
Mm. That's the hardest one. Okay,
Is
let's
that the
start.
hardest one?
Uh, eh, okay, let's talk. Let's talk nominees. All right,
Okay,
who's
I'm
a
with it.
nominee? Who you got?
I mean, that's two off top is Conway and Benny for lyricists. Uh Conway, matter of fact, I really have to say Conway, Skip Benny,
And
go Freddie Gibbs, because they were just stellar. Like I like Benny's project, but is like I don't think Benny was a killer this year as far as lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
Yeah. Conway definitely was a killer this year. Just his album
Yeah,
alone, killer shit. You know what I'm saying as far as lyrics go.
yeah,
Uh, Freddie Gibbs lost his mind on Alfredo. Like he
absolutely.
lost his mind. Pretty much everything he touched this year, he lost his mind. To be honest with
Right. And so I have two other
you. Okay.
not Stove God Cooks.
Okay.
He
Wow.
was a killer his whole album on Reasonable Drought and on everything that he featured on Griselda this year. He was his presence was felt. So I'm him and Ransom.
Wow. That's a good one.
Ransom
That's a good
gave you nothing but high level lyricism all year. Well, all of his projects, behind the scenes, I mean, deleted scenes, director's cut. He released, I think, four different ones, and he made sure he barred you to death from beginning to end.
You know what he really did? Uh, song for song, I think I might have enjoyed Conway better because he gave you like the album format that we used to. But if we just
Mhm.
talking lyricism, and this is lyricist of the year,
Mhm.
Ransom, his display, I think probably will should outrank those two by the way he did it. Um,
Yeah, and I'm
Black
a
Black Thought, I think probably should get an honorable mention, and Royce
yeah,
should probably get honorable mentions. Even though Royce, I would throw along with the album format thing. And that's about enjoyability. Whether you want to say he was more lyrical than a Conway or Freddie Gibbs. You feel me?
right. Yeah. So, hmm, all right. So out of those, okay. So I already mentioned Black Thought. Um, he didn't put out. He didn't have a project,
I think he did.
a solo project or a joint project.
He had a project with a producer, so it was a solo project.
Okay.
He did. I can't remember which producer it was, and it was somebody I was hoping it would be hot, and it was okay. It wasn't. It wasn't what I wanted.
Right. All right. So then,
Let
yeah.
me see. See if I can find
So
that Black Thought 2020 album. Yeah, it was Streams of Thought 3.
yeah, that's what I thought it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I remember that. I remember hearing it.
It was produced
Um.
whole by Sean C.
Okay. Uh,
It got a little too jazzy for me.
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I remember hearing it
Yeah.
when it first released, and I don't remember listening to it anymore.
At all.
No disrespect. It
Yeah,
just
just
didn't hold my attention.
mm-mm.
You know
He
what I mean?
Black Thought was Black Thought on there, but the songs
And
weren't
he's
what I wanted to hear.
that
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and that has happened for me with Roots albums before.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
You know what I mean? So yeah, okay. So and just I'm correcting myself about Ransom. Ransom released three projects. I said four, but he actually released a new one last Friday, but it was in the new year.
Okay.
Crime Scenes, which is very good. But he released Director's Cut EP first, then he released Director's Cut Scene 2, and then Deleted Scenes. No, all three of these were EPs. Um, and so I feel like if we're doing lyricists of the year, bar for bar, um, I think Conway is number one. I mean, pardon me. I think Ransom is number one, and Conway would be a runner up actually to Ransom.
Okay.
And that now that's not to say that From King to God album isn't better than what I mentioned, but I'm talking about
Bar for bar,
bar for bar.
bar for bar. I get it. Uh,
Yeah,
are we
I would have to give it to Rance.
are we discounting Lulu, which was the Conway and Alchemist joint?
I was not okay. So let me be clear, but I didn't like that.
Okay, I just wanted to, yeah. I mean, I didn't want to put you on the spot and have you just to
Yeah.
say that, but
Okay.
I mean, I just wanted people to know that's something that we are considering. See, I enjoyed that project. I
Yeah.
definitely didn't enjoy it as much as I did some of his other projects.
Yeah.
But I think I enjoyed it. I listened to it the first time, enjoyed it. Then I caught the theme.
Hmm.
Once I caught, because the album cover threw me off.
Yeah.
And then I caught the theme and was like, okay, it's one of my favorite movies. So the way he tied the theme together through made me enjoy the album and the titles and the content a little bit more. But
Mhm.
it's still uh, speaking to your point, it's still more project based. When we talking lyric for lyric though, I think you're right. Ransom, that was a dark horse. I didn't see that one coming.
I didn't either.
I didn't
And
even see it being
I
mentioned
thought
coming.
about it last night. Like, wait a minute, this man killed it this year.
Wow. So is it like,
Three. And let me add this: when you look at uh, when you look at anything, even with Trust and 38 Special, who Ransom is with
mm-hmm,
now,
mm-hmm.
all of that, anything he kills that. Not only his own projects did he give us high execution of high lyricism, he did the same all of his year too. Like he didn't take no breaks off.
I'm with it.
You know what I mean? He rapped on every song like we originally Payne, RJ Payne on Plugs I Met. And we felt like, man, he was rapping like this is gonna be his last verse.
For real. Like, yo, he
Right?
finna give up the ghost.
Yeah. Yeah, he was about to give up the ghost for real. So I felt like that's how Ransom is.
Yo,
Yeah, he froze up the last 15 seconds.
yeah, I know you froze too, so I guess I have to find it in the editing. You were saying, let me hold on. Let me see if I can fuck it. We'll work through it. All right. So I just got ransom. So basically, what I'm doing under every category, I'm gonna put the winner in caps, right?
Got it.
And then I'll
Okay.
I'll put the list of nominees under that. You see what I'm
The
saying?
loser. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
the losers. So lyricist of the year goes to Ransom, and the other nominees were Conway, Stove God Cooks, and Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah.
It's damn sure won the popularity contest. That's
No, not at all.
that's the beauty
Not
of
at all.
Conversate for a Few. It's not a popularity contest.
It's not a popularity because if it was, then we would say Conway, and if we didn't say Conway, we would say Freddie Gibbs.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And Stove
But
God
if it,
Goods wouldn't have got mentioned.
and Stove got Cooks wouldn't even got mentioned, right?
Right.
But it's not. It's real hip hop shit, and we take everything in consideration. And even if it's not the person that is most known in the public, if they got it, then they got it. You know what
Facts.
I mean?
I mean,
We just go based off of actual facts. That's it.
yeah, it boiled down to, I mean, what makes the most sense, man. You can't just,
Yeah.
you know. All right, so the next one I got listed is one that we briefly discussed, but
Okay.
I'll mention it anyway. Standout freestyle.
Right. And I don't, and as I told you, I don't think there was any standout freestyle this year. Last year it went to Black Thought, I think, for his flex freestyle
Right.
that went crazy. But we didn't have a lot of that due to like COVID-19. You
Right.
didn't see. Now there was some flex freestyles. I seen Davies. I seen some other flex freestyles where they're out on the street corners in chairs. That's how he was doing it.
Mm.
But it was not at all the same as what it's been being. That's why you haven't heard no buzz about it. And there was no really standout even of that.
Right. I did see NPR when you speak of Flex doing it that way, because I hadn't seen Flex doing that. But did you see the way NPR was doing the Tiny Desk series? They were doing Tiny Desk at home.
Yeah, I did see that.
And I saw Conway did one. He did really well, but it's Conway sitting on his couch singing Conway songs.
Yeah.
That's not, so I'm not even gonna count that as a freestyle.
Right.
Benny did it too.
Yeah.
But
I saw-
but yeah, I don't remember any freestyles that were like, oh my god, this is. I mean, this is that even something I had to sing. You was like, yo, you saying this is crazy. So,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna sit that one out.
Yeah. I think so. I'm checking just one thing real quick just to see if it was 2020. Hold on. No, and it wasn't. It was 2019, so we ain't even gonna worry about it. But it was a King Los LA Leakers freestyle. But okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Damn. Yo, were Mez's Gingham freestyles in 2020 like early when he was playing with the toy?
Oh yeah.
Hold on, yo, because if they were, then he just got to get that one, because I was super impressed. It's just a lot happened.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's see. Because I wonder, that like, when did that drop? Because those were definitely freestyles.
It was. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think it might have been. He might. That's funny. He might end up.
Yeah, he might end up taking this award. And if he don't, there's one that was 9 months ago, bro. They were 9 months ago.
He's like messing with the little cars, rapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well then that's it.
Yeah. And those. I know. I was just trying to think of freestyles that I saw, because I think what we were stuck on was format, right?
Yeah.
Like where it came from. And if it wasn't that, it was the one he let us hear when he recorded with us.
Yeah.
But that ended up being the fall off. What was that? That ended up, what song? Was that J. Cole song?
I don't. What did that end up being?
It was
on,
I can't remember what it ended up being.
At least the double those two songs.
Right. I just don't remember the name
of it.
It
The
was
second song.
Right.
I can't. Yeah, I'll look at it. But yeah, it ended up being that.
Yeah, that could be, but that's something nobody heard until that drop.
Right.
We heard it as a freestyle. You mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, the Gundam joint.
Yeah, Lewis Street. Well, no, it's called Lion King on Ice.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he put out the Clown back in Lion King on Ice. Those two, but it was like, I think the first or second verse in Lion King on Ice. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Mez got standout freestyle, man, because those Gundam joints was crazy. and it
Yeah.
definitely caught my attention, and you know what I mean. So I just couldn't remember. It was long ago, so I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't remember.
It
So
was this year.
right,
Yeah, but it was so.
it definitely was. I remember when it came out, I had to go look up what Gundam was because I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Like why it was the toy. I didn't know. I
Yeah,
didn't know it
yeah,
was like some anime. I didn't know what he was talking about.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. So what's next on your list?
I'm gonna go to. Let's go with. Yeah, I think some of this stuff gonna be kind of controversial.
That's the point.
Um, uh, wow.
Just do it in order. Fuck it.
Okay, let's. So we're gonna do
Best who?
best new artist.
Ah, okay.
Best new artist. So I'm going to say again, we this is a second another. He's been nominated again for another category. Stove God Cooks.
Big facts.
Um, Shay Noir.
Yeah.
You see, I changed my pronunciation
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
must my French because I studied French, but it actually is Noir. But
yeah.
so I'm a so
I took French in
uh
10th grade. I know a little something.
oh yeah yeah.
Take smarts to play dumb. I want the bread and the crumbs.
Uh, 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 um, Yo,
Yo,
yeah, he froze up. So I was asking when did Little Dirk come out?
Dirk been out a while. Years.
Over three.
Yeah, he been out a
You say
long time. Yeah.
all right. So who do you have nominated? Did we nominate any of the same people for this category?
Yeah, the only people I got is the only person I have that you don't have, honestly, is Mo3.
Okay, now that's good. Explain to the listeners why you mentioned Mo three.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how new he was. Well, I can tell you this. Looking at his content, he's been releasing product for a very long time, right?
Yeah,
So when you ask me how long Dirk been out, I think the proper question may be how long has Dirk been popular? You see what I'm saying?
right.
Dirk's been popular a very
No,
long time. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Known to the public a very long time. Mo3 maybe have been putting out product for a very long time, but I didn't know anything about his existence. You know what I'm saying? Sadly, until he passed.
right.
But once I went and checked out his content, I'm I feel like he had everything it took to be a hip hop legend.
Yeah. Hmm.
I feel like Mo3 had everything it took to be a hip hop legend. Like he wasn't lacking nothing. Like
Right.
charisma, even in his interviews, charisma, mic skills is just upper echelon Southern MC. Yeah,
Yeah.
upper echelon. Like he had so many gears, and his ability to switch gears within songs, within verses, but it still feel right.
Hmm.
You know, he had it all, bro. Singing, you know what I mean? And when I say singing, I ain't saying melodies. The nigga could sing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I heard.
You know
I
what I
heard.
mean? So
Yeah.
like he could plus he had melody. So I mean cadence. He could do anything you want a rapper to be able to do, he could do it better than most of your favorites. As well
Yeah.
as most of your favorites.
Right.
East
Right.
Coast flow bag was nasty. You know what I'm saying? With the Southern draw, the boy was fire. So
Yeah.
but, so Mo3 was definitely, yeah, fire.
Okay.
and I would
Yeah.
consider him a new artist because I knew nothing. I had never even heard his name. You
Right.
know,
Right.
funny caveat is last year I got stuck. Was it last year? It might. I got stuck in the airport, right?
Okay.
And I was coming home from Texas, and I met a group of strangers, you know, and
Yeah.
we all started, you meet strangers. We trying to find an open bar in the airport, we whatever we can to entertain ourselves.
Yeah.
Flight finally came. She was actually from Dallas, but when Mo3 passed, I seen on my timeline she was close to him.
Ah.
You know what I mean? And I was just like, Dad, that was an opportunity. Like I had an opportunity to know about him earlier because it was like literally less than 6 degrees of separation.
Right.
Random, but
Hmm.
because he was essentially still a local artist.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, Mo3 was definitely one. Mo3 was definitely one of my favorite new artists of the year.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. I think that's all. That's all that I have. I don't think there would be anyone that I'm just thinking because I want to make sure it's no one I left off. But I don't know of anyone that else that I would nominate for this list.
Nah, nah. I mean, cause I tell you what, there may be some other new artists that popped onto my radar, but none of them set my world on fire like those three.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? When Reasonable drop, like we was like, what in the world? And when I found Mo3, I was like, yo, this is insane. Like I can't even believe I didn't know about this before. Like what is the world is going on here? And when Shay dropped, when we found out about Shay, I'm gonna be honest with you. True story. The first time I watched the video, the first time I found out about Shay, and I sent you that video,
Yeah.
I damn near shed a tear. That shit was so good.
Yeah. 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 No, I feel you.
You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? Like
And you know, yeah.
that shit touched me, bro. Like
Yeah.
it was just the hip hop, not what she was saying wasn't dope, not the beat. What I'm just talking about the quality of the music and the way she was delivering and what I was actually witnessing. Damn, they got a tear out your boy. Pure hip hop.
Yeah. 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 I loved it too. I definitely felt the deep connection to it. And it was funny when you sent it to me. I'm like, I'm skeptical a lot of times with female artists for
Yeah.
reasons I've stated on other shows. So I'm like, well, okay, I'll listen. Then I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
She's dope as hell. This is ridiculous right here. You know what I mean? And then I've been hooked ever since.
Ever since.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yes.
young legend in the making.
Definitely a young legend in the making, bro. Definitely. So, who do you think this boy goes to?
All right, let's go over the nominees again. Stove God Cooks,
Mm-hmm.
Shay Noir, Mo3. I think it goes to Shay Noir. She gave us Stove God Cooks only gave us one project. Mo3, you know what I mean? Even though he's passed, uh, I don't think we have anything solid project from him to go off of at this point, right? So then it just takes us to Shay Noir, who gave us three this year.
Three
That's my
playthroughs.
three playthroughs. I just want to make a little quick side note. Ransom, who's also with Trust, under 38 Special gave us three playthroughs, right?
Yeah.
So I got to give it to her, and because not only was she rapping like hell on every song on all of her projects, she also her most current one she produced it,
True.
and she gave out heat to other people too this year in the production. So she been working
Okay.
production and vocals. She been working.
So you got to turn me on to some of the production she's done for other people because I don't know that. Like I know about the production she's done for herself, but I don't know
Right.
about what she's done for other people.
She she's done production that 38 Special rapped on. I think Ransom, um,
Mostly trust.
mostly Trust people.
Right. Okay.
Um, yeah. So, but yeah, but just her production on her own project, because most the average producer, we don't want to hear them rap, or a rapper, and then they start producing. You don't want to hear the same thing, because, like, okay, for instance, like Cole, I never want to hear J. Cole rhyme over another one of his beats in my life. That's just not something I'm into.
Yeah.
But for her,
Never.
it sound never. It sound way different. It actually sound to me, although there's continuity from beginning to end in the album with concept and theme, like, but it still felt like there's multiple producers. And like when the Premiere come on, you know what Premiere sound. Pete Rock, you know what Pete Rock sound. So from if Premiere produce your entire album, I can hear the Premiere sound from beat to beat. I hear I don't hear that from her. I hear like unique, you know,
A
each beat
unique
is
perspective.
separable.
Yeah, a
Right,
unique perspective every time she approaches the
right,
beat. It ain't necessarily her style. It's what she feels that beat needs to be.
right.
Um,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. That's what I like about it. So I think I would have to give new artist of the year to her for her lyrical ability, production ability, and for giving 3 projects that are stellar.
I agree, and I'm gonna add to that, and it may be a bit unfair, right? But it's true. Shay Noir found her way to my radar. You see what I mean? It traveled to me.
Yeah, you didn't go look for it.
The only reason I know Mo3 existed is because he got killed.
Yeah,
He was fire when I found him, so I can't
yeah.
take that. Don't take nothing away from that. But
Right,
his music hadn't traveled to me yet.
right.
You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
for him to be best new artist, one, he can't give me any more music, not of any fault of his own.
Yeah,
You know, but that's got to be part of what we're talking about here. You know what I'm saying? Is being able to project forward.
yeah.
Uh, so that being one thing, and then two, the only reason that I do know that he exists is because of his demise.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Shay. You know,
For sure.
for,
And the
you know,
only and Stove God, uh he's done good on all his features, but he only gave us 1 project, so I couldn't. I'm not justified in giving it to him. And Shay Noir gave us 3.
he got outworked and he got out talented.
Yes.
That's all. He just, I mean, he ran up against a hardest, better equipped artist to win best new artist of the year.
Hmm.
You know, that's all.
Yeah.
No fault of his own either, because he put in work.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, so that goes to Shay.
Yeah.
Easy, not easy. What easy? Wow. All right.
Where are we going? Because it's gonna be funny when we come to one category.
I feel like, ooh, we can't do this every time, man.
Already, I feel like I know what's about to happen.
All right. So what you want? What you guessing? I'm gonna say.
Producer of the year?
No, I was gonna say best feature.
Oh, best feature. Okay.
Yeah. Personally, I'm not doing the most exciting ones first. I'm choosing
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ones,
I get,
I'm
yeah, I
running
get,
it, so
yeah.
yeah, best feature. What you got?
Best feature is, oh man. Best feature I have I have Ransom. It sounds so bad, kind of. Like I got Ransom, got Stove, got Cooked, um, Lil Dirt.
Lil Dirt featuring on somebody else song?
Yeah.
Who is
Is
he?
that what you asked?
Yeah. What I mean, what song? Like you just naming the people, so I don't know if it's a like you saying Ransom, was Ransom a feature or was Ransom?
Oh no. These are people that featured on. Okay, so I thought we was going with like best song features, like person that featured on the song.
Either way, it's just
Oh
you see what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah. So Ransom on featuring on the song. And I'll pull up
Okay.
the the exact song, but Lil Durk, when the war is done on Nas and his joint on Laugh Now Cry Later with Drake. Is it Laugh Now Cry Later? I think that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I laugh, sometimes I
Oh
smile.
yeah,
You
yeah.
He
I
killed
forgot
that.
that. I
That
forgot all
song is
about
a
that.
huge
He
song.
did murder that. Yeah, he did murder that. Yeah.
So, and then he came back with a Nas feature and he did good on that.
You talking about the
Uh,
spicy joint? Is that what he on?
no, that was Fabio Foreign
Fabio
on.
Foreign and
Lil Durk was on the song called "When the War is Done," when
mm-hmm,
the war
mm-hmm,
ends.
mm-hmm.
Um, but but I can tell you 1 second. This.
Well, you ain't gotta do that because Ransom ain't gonna
Oh,
win
okay.
this one. So you ain't got. He ain't gonna win this one. So I hate to do him like that, but he got the win. He gonna get.
No. Yeah, I knew he wasn't, but you know what I mean.
Right, he not gonna win this one. So ain't got to do him
But
dirt.
it
Do
was actually a Griselda feature and it's a Flea Lord feature that he was on, and a Chez Noir feature.
okay, okay.
But okay, yeah.
Yeah, so the one I got is Method Man on Lemonade, Lemon Squeeze.
Oh, I forgot about that Lemon Squeeze Method
Yeah,
Man body.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that rang out. Like people
Wow.
lost their mind about that one.
Okay.
Um, I had one more, but I didn't write it down, so I ain't gonna bother the people with trying to remember what it was. I feel like it was on Nas's album.
Okay. Ooh. Hold. I hope you're gonna say AZ on the firm.
Yeah, that was crazy. Hell,
That was
that whole
insane.
song.
The whole song.
Yeah, that whole song as far as a feature, cause
Woo.
like Cormega did better than ever heard him. I didn't like Foxy on there. They could have left Foxy off or rewrote her verse.
Mm.
In my opinion, she
Yeah.
didn't sound good to me. But everybody else sounded superb.
Yeah. And AZ sounded tip top shape.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Uh, honestly, the Nipsey feature on Big Sean's album,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
that was it felt important when it. I'll be honest, it felt important during the rollout. I don't think it landed as well with the album because the album didn't land that well.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I think that was the problem. But if I had if it was a single vote, I would go with Method Man.
Nah, agreed. I think Method Man outdid what I'm saying Little Dirt did on those songs. Definitely what Ransom did on those songs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
will
think
I will
man.
say this though. After listening to Dirk's album, the only reason I won't give it to Drake and Future is because that should have been a Drake and Future song without Dirk.
Mm, interesting. Okay.
Like when even before Future came on, and he came on at the very end, I was like, damn. Only thing this song mentioned is missing is Future because Dirk is doing his best. He ain't trying to. I don't think he's copying Future, but somehow Future seeped into this session. You see what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And then when Future popped on the record, I was like, damn, this is what the record needed the whole time. Like it felt more natural when Future got there, when it was just Drake and Future. Dirk felt a little out of place. That's why I won't give it because they took that man's song from him. It felt like it was like you know what I mean? This
Yeah.
this is a hit. We got these two stars on it. Dirk, go here,
Hmm.
and he did. It didn't even feel like it was supposed to be a Dirk song to me. But
Yeah.
but that's the but the feature on it was impeccable. What
Yeah,
Drake and Young Thug did was ridiculous. Like it was perfect. But I think Method Man wins this one.
yeah. To be honest, I had forgot. I was going crazy when that first came out. But yeah, that actually his verse was the talk on a lot of podcasts.
It really was.
That verse, like, it produced a lot of it produced a huge buzz when that dropped.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna change this to feature of the year. I ain't even gonna say best feature.
Yeah, feature of the year.
Yeah, because that's more apt to what it is. So it was Ransom, Meth. Who else did you have?
Uh, Stove
Cooks.
God and Ransom. Yeah, Stove God, Ransom, Little Dirt.
Okay, and Dirt. All right. This one looks a lot different than last year's and the years before.
I, I can imagine. Dog. Well, I can tell you one thing that is the same. Griselda keeps getting mentioned.
It's a Griselda fest every time, yo.
Yeah.
Every time it's a Griselda fest. All right, so dang, yo, best rollout.
Mm.
I can give you mine.
Yeah. So the only person I think I was going to say is, well, I don't even, no, I ain't even going to say Big Sean. Go ahead.
That's the one I was gonna
I was
say.
going to say. Uh, oh my God.
That's the one I was gonna say. Like he had the best rollout this year, yo.
But because I wasn't super impressed with the album, I ain't want to be the rollout.
But I do feel like the rollout is why most people weren't super impressed with the album. I think
Yeah.
the rollout was too good. He gave us 5 bangers, and the way he presented them, and in the order he presented them at the time that they came, like it was a moment. It was what we want from a rollout.
Yeah.
It created, at least in my opinion, people was talking about how good the album was gonna be, whether we was gonna deliver. Like it created the buzz. Like people was excited to hear it. Like it was a rollout.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a way, it was literally a musical rollout. We got
Yeah.
last year the best rollout was Dreamville. That was a tactical rollout. That was a marketing rollout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No music was heard until the music was heard. This
Right.
was like I'm putting my best foot forward. You gonna get this work, and the album gonna be that work. Just wasn't,
Yeah, that's true.
you know. So
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't, to be honest, I don't know anyone that even compare. I don't know who comes to even mind really to compare with how he did his rollout this year.
man, I don't know if anybody really. I'm trying to think of who else really like. What was Nas's rollout? Was there really a rollout for Nas?
It wasn't really a rollout. It just dropped for the most part.
Mm,
All of the people that we've mentioned so far, they didn't really have any kind of defined rollout. They just,
yeah.
said maybe said on the interview, "Oh, album's coming" or something, but like it wasn't nothing done.
Conway's rollout was a hour too long Instagram live just playing
All
the
right.
album. That
Yes.
was his
Yes.
rollout, but
Yes. Which I enjoyed.
I totally enjoyed that. And it got me excited for the album because from the day of that Instagram live, I was waiting on the album.
Yeah.
So that counts. It's just
Yeah.
something we hadn't really experienced in that way before. But that counts. He basically gave us a concert from his basement
Hmm.
of the upcoming album.
Yeah. Hmm.
So I'm gonna put Conway down here because that counts. Because he definitely wrote that album out. It just I don't think it was the rollout in the way that Big Sean's was. I think Big Sean's was a rollout in the true sense.
Yeah, me too.
of the game, and it really did do its job.
Yes.
Man, you
And
weren't
his
gonna give it to him neither.
yeah, and his merch went crazy too.
Word.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, as far as I mean, the shirts and stuff was dope, but I mean, he did numbers.
Oh, word. They sold like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I wonder what the numbers was like on that album. But the thing is now it's like
Hey,
who
everything
cares?
is
Everything like even if it did 200,000, like
did it really?
did it really and what does it really mean?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like what does it really mean that you did 200,000 now? Like so that's a whole nother that's a get off my lawn argument for another day.
yeah.
You feel me? So we did best rollout, best collab album. Do you feel like we got one like that?
Oh, absolutely.
Talk to me.
Um, Fredo,
Ah, okay.
Fredo. Yeah,
Okay.
Alchemist and Freddie Gibbs joint.
Yeah. Okay. See, I was wondering if was there gonna be controversy between me and you, whether you was gonna come on here and say that there weren't really many uh collab albums, but you acknowledged the collaboration between producer and rapper. I think most people in nowadays when they think collab album, they think two
Art.
rappers getting together and doing an album. But I totally agree that the other ones on the list though
Yeah.
would have to be uh King's Disease.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
And Benny the Butcher.
Sure.
I'm forgetting it. Why I don't know why I'm forgetting the name Benny the Butcher
Burden
album.
of Proof.
Burden of Proof.
Yep. Burden of Proof.
And all three of the Ransom albums by Wes Craven.
Which is yeah. Uh the Ransom series.
Yeah, the Ransom series. And I'm sorry, I said Wes Craven. Nicholas Craven.
Yeah, Nick Craven.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Wes Craven is the real guy.
Yeah.
Now,
And I think that might be it.
one that made waves, but I know you probably didn't hear, was the Pluto, the big Pluto, little Pluto.
Didn't hear that.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, but I can just tell you. I feel like I know where it's going, and I know I do.
Nah, it's Future and Lil Uzi did an album together.
Who was it?
Future and Lil Uzi.
Oh yeah, yeah. No.
Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. It don't make my list at all, but
No.
it happened. You know what I
No.
mean? But yeah, you're right. Alfredo is the best collab album. Like,
Yeah, I think hands down.
yeah, yeah, that shit was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Um, well, we need to say Alchemist's name if we gonna say the did we say Freddie Gibbs and
Yeah,
Alchemist? You said that, okay?
Yeah, yeah. I said Alchemist. Yeah, yeah.
Because
I
I
said
did.
Alchemist, Freddie Gibbs. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so King Disease and Burden of Proof. We both need to put Hit Boy name out there because Hit Boy was produced both of those albums
Yes.
back to from front to back.
And we need to say this because I actually had this talk with someone thinking that even though King's Disease came out before Benny's Burden of Proof it's been done.
Yeah,
I
it was
actually think
finished
it was
first.
done a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was done before Nas even put it out. And that's the only thing that I did not like. I actually wanted Benny to put out his first, just because I didn't want people to think like, oh, Nas started this wave of going to Hit Boy when this guy already had an album with Hit Boy. You know what I mean?
I understand that, but the reverse narrative works better for Hit Boy.
Oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Nas started the wave of going to Hit Boy works better for Hit, especially after a Kanye album.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Nas drop a dub with Kanye, come back with the lost tapes. Hit Boy got a joint on there, right? And then it double back with a whole Hit Boy album, and then everybody run the Hit Boy after Nas drop a Hit Boy
Right.
album.
So
Like,
so in other words, Hit Boy slapped Kanye in the face and showed him how to work with a star like Nas. Is that what you saying?
yeah,
Telling you?
yeah, that's exactly what he did. He checked his ego and did a good album with a legend. That's what he did. And I feel like he probably discussed it with Benny. Was like, yo, can we please hold this album for a year? Cause I got some shit cooking, and it would be nice if I put this out like right on the heels of a Nas album. And Benny's like, yo, you gonna put mine out after you drop with Nas?
Mm-hmm.
Cause then your name gonna be hot in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So it works in everybody's favor.
Yeah, it worked in everyone's favor.
Yeah,
That's
to hold
yeah.
it. Yeah, so. But you right, that album was done before. I think it was done before Sean's album was finished.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the best collab album is definitely Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist with Alfredo, yo.
Yeah.
Crazy. Hey, I forgot to mention Freddie Gibbs feature on Benny the Butcher album.
Benny the Butcher album doing the
Yeah,
hook. Yeah.
yeah. Well, no, he
Yeah.
had a verse. Yeah, he had a
Yeah,
verse.
yeah. And he did the hook though. Yeah.
Exactly. Now that was a hell of a feature, though.
That was.
That was. I'm gonna put his name down there because I feel like that was a great feature.
Yeah.
But he don't win. He don't take it from Myth. But it was a great feature.
No, heck,
Gibbs getting a lot of love though. Gibbs had a great year.
he had a great year. And I want to say that something about that method having the feature of the year. You got to think, here's the guy that dropped his first solo album in 95, came out with his group in 93, and he's getting best feature of the year in 2021 for 2020. Just think about that, because we have to be, and this is one, it's a song on RJ Payne's new album, right? Where he talks about how people are saying, certain older artists are washed up and stuff like that. And he was saying, like, in other genres, they don't do that. They tour until they 70 and all type of stuff, right? But it just reminded me, there's got to be, I mean, if artists don't make good music anymore, I can accept that. But sometimes, like, just because an artist is older, they ain't in their 20s no more, that doesn't mean they can't still spit. Jay is 50 and he still gave us a dope album. You know what I mean? Method Man is way older than he was, obviously, than when he came out in 93. I'm just saying the maturation. Like, but he's still going to give you, he can still rhyme with some of your best because he's ill. My point is, don't matter age. If you make good music, you make good music, and there's no age limit on somebody being a dope rapper, a dope MC.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I 100% agree. I think we can control that a little bit more since we know now that doors open a little bit more than we did before.
Right.
But we got to teach artists going in the game that they have to choose the correct narrative. They'll allow themselves the runway.
Yeah.
To last that long.
Right. Because some of them run out.
Yeah. If you choose the wrong shit, even if your music stay popping, like your narrative died. So
right.
You know what I mean? Where's it gonna be? If you 50 Cent your way in the game and Rick Ross your way in the game, eventually what you talking about is gonna play out. If you Method Man your way and he basically was just who he was the whole time.
Right.
An MC.
Mm-hmm.
That smoke.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's the whole time.
Yep.
You can still be that.
Yep.
Yeah, that like
whole life.
Your whole life. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing. If you're gonna choose who you can be your whole life as a rapper, like don't be somebody you could be for 5 years, and when that person changes or get locked up or lose bread or whatever, then you're a nobody. It don't work.
Right.
So, all right. So it looked like we down the producer of the year, bro.
Um. Okay. For producer of the year, I have honestly I have two people: Hit Boy. Um. Well, I have Hit Boy, Alchemist, Derringer.
Mm. Okay. I got Alchemist, Hit Boy. Um, that's really all I had. I don't count Derringer.
But I do just because I know he had a hand in all of the Griselda run projects.
Right.
The whole run this year, he has production on them, all with the exception of the Benny with Hit Boy.
Yeah. I mean I totally
But
get
I
that.
know, but I understand why you're saying what you're saying from your mind as a producer. I know exactly why you did mention it.
Yeah. I mean,
We don't have to. So I understand why he doesn't make the list.
right. Even though the funny thing is, Derringer may get producer of the era
Yeah, that's true.
because without Derringer, without them riding Derringer's beats to the success that they did,
Yeah, you
this
don't.
this this whole traditional grimy era don't exist.
Right. He
So
helped
yeah, he
with.
helped usher this in for sure. So I mean, he get his love, but you don't hear a beat and be like, "Oh, damn, that's Derringer."
That's a fact. You hear a beat and say, "Yeah, I think Danger made that."
Yeah, that's one probably Derringer probably made that one. Even
Yeah.
though it's fire, it'd be like Derringer probably
Right.
made that one. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But some of them you be like, "Yo, that shit right there, crack." That ain't the
Yeah.
one you figure Derringer made.
Right.
You know
That's,
what
it
I
sounds
mean?
terrible, but I understand you the point you illustrating. Yeah,
Right.
I agree. I
They all
agree.
gonna be fire because the album might be a playthrough.
Right.
But when the one that's crack come on, you don't assume that's the one Derringer made.
No, I assume that's the one Alchemist.
Alchemist made. Right.
Rubber bands away on Tanner Talk
You see
3.
what I'm talking about? That kind of shit. Like that's what I mean. Like
Yeah, nobody should be offended. Our stuff is real talk. Everybody know that.
we
You know,
telling you, Derringer's fucking legend.
right? And he helped usher in the resurgence of the traditional hip hop sound.
I don't know that we would be talking about Alchemist right now if it wasn't for Derringer. That sounds crazy, but it's true.
Yeah, but see, what's crazy is that's why we do the show together because I understand exactly what you mean when you say that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it might sound like we shitting on Derringer. No, we not. We just talking about the difference in sound and
Yeah,
what makes producer of the year
right.
versus what may allow you to be producer of the era.
Yeah,
You know, of this traditional era, era right here. Like Derringer is the dare I say Godfather of it.
yeah. Hmm.
You know, like the new Godfather. He bringing legends back to life. He says
Yeah.
the traditional respirator.
Hmm.
You know, so ain't no slight to the man, but right now, if you talk a beat for beat, he don't go on the same list with Hit Boy and Alchemist.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, he. I don't. I want to say he's not that musical, but is that's this sound kind of bad, I guess.
Nah, it doesn't.
But if
Premier ain't as musical as
yeah,
Pete Rock.
right, yeah,
It don't
facts,
sound
not at
bad.
all.
Yeah, it don't
Yeah,
sound bad. It just is what it is. Like Premier is not as musical as Pete Rock. It's just not the case. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like some may say that DJ Quick is actually more musical than Dr. Dre.
hmm,
He could be. You see what I'm saying? It's just, but you know, that ain't no slight either. People need to not be so damn sensitive.
right,
You cannot be something as somebody else and not be bad.
yeah, yeah. One isn't a negation of the other.
Right. Right. But yeah, so who would you give it to though out of Alchemist and Hit Boy?
I would give it to see. I would absolutely give it to Alchemist because um Alfredo I like better than Benny and King's Disease.
Hmm.
I don't even think that's I don't not even in a bad way. It ain't even really that close
See, personally, I give it to Hit Boy.
because well I see why you give it to Hit Boy.
I get
So no,
personally.
Hit Boy should get it. Hit Boy should get it. You know why? Because that's like two rings against one ring, pretty much.
Yeah, and you shit on Kanye. Did you hear what I said?
Nah, it froze.
I said, and you shit on Kanye.
Right.
So
So that's like another ring.
yeah, it's like this man was out here. Why? That's a hell of a risk to take.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. The last producer that did a whole album with them, he knows who he's falling up behind,
yeah, he know.
and how people could it may scrutinize the album,
Mm-hmm.
but he knocked it out the park.
Yeah, and then double back and gave Big Sean all types of heat, where you almost feel like that's a Hit Boy produced album.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It's not. It's not one hundred
Yeah.
percent produced by Hit Boy, but it's enough Hit Boy on there where he carried the weight, and then people
Yeah.
filled in the gaps. Then he doubled back with Burden of Proof. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah.
I
He's
think
working.
he's working. He's definitely producer of the year, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
He gets a few for
he gets a
producer.
fruit for
Yeah.
producer of the year. Yeah. What you think about Hitmaker?
I I don't
I
I
don't.
don't really
He was about to
know.
say I don't. I don't think about it.
I don't really know standouts that he did this year. A lot of standouts.
You know the funny thing is, it's like I don't listen where Hitmaker music play. Like if Hitmaker, if it ain't on your album,
Yeah.
then I probably didn't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like I heard the Hitmaker joint on Dirk album, I didn't like it.
Okay.
I'm oh, we'll talk about that in a second. We ain't
Okay.
gonna, ain't gonna talk, we'll talk about that in a second. Oh man, MVOG, that next category.
Okay.
Most valuable OGs for to let people know what that is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm. What I'm gonna say is gonna sound blasphemous.
Yeah, go ahead.
People is probably out there screaming in YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Stitcher Land and Google Podcast Land. They probably going crazy because they like, you talking about MVOG. You just gave Hit Boy Producer of the Year, and one of the projects that he produced is King's Disease for Nas, and you not screaming Nas as MVOG. It, it didn't feel that damn important.
Yeah.
On a scale of okay, mm, mm, yo, on a scale of how we felt about who we gave MVOG to the 2 years prior.
Which was the big homie?
Nah, the first one was Styles P.
Yeah. All
Then we
right. Right.
get then we
Yeah.
gave it the
Styles
first
P.
one was Styles P. Then we gave it the Capo,
Yep.
Jim Jones. But we were super excited to give it to Styles P, and we were super excited to give it to Capo. And right now, I'm telling you, I don't feel super excited to give this MVOG to Nas just because
Yeah.
he dropped the album.
Right. Now the album was good. I'm happy because this goes. This is a good check, a good check on Nas' catalog
Yeah.
because as a super like a heavy Nas fan from the early days to like the thing that I always worried about, especially when it came to the arguments, Jay and him. It's like, yo, Jay got way
Way
more
more.
better
Yeah. Yeah.
albums than him. So I'm happy that he did get the album in, a good album where I felt like he did good. Still not the Nas, but he did what he was supposed to do with Hit Boy, and it
Definitely. Definitely.
right.
I think
But I'm still not overly. I don't feel like I do about that run that Styles had that year, or with Jim Jones. No way near excited what we got.
maybe we spoil you is what I was getting at.
You think so?
Yeah. Cause Styles gave us a run. He gave us 3 albums in 1 year. That was like a run. That he a OG being in that space was absolutely kind of unheard of for us in that really. You see what I'm saying? Really, if you're thinking about it. So, and then Capo coming back doing it. Ain't nobody expecting that out of Jim Jones.
No.
So
What?
he also got our most improved MC.
Yes.
So that speaks to our excitement for him getting MVOG. Right?
Hmm.
So maybe we a little spoiled. We looking to be excited about the MVOG overall when Nas gave us the project he was supposed to give us, which was a risk. Because
It
if
was.
it was a risk for Hit Boy, it's a risk for Nas.
Yeah, absolutely. And he
So
taking one already
right,
with.
right, and so he
Yeah,
did knock it out the park.
yeah, he did.
You
He
know,
did.
so it's like that's kind of like that's why it's trying to strip me like, well, damn, am I chasing the same high?
Right, right. I get what you're saying. So let me throw this in here. Is Ransom not to be mentioned in this category?
Ransom, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not a popularity contest, but enough people do have to hear it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Enough people didn't hear it. You see what I'm saying? Like enough people didn't hear it. It's not a popularity contest, but it, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this, it winning a few ain't for us to put people on.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, but that's what I'm saying. Ransom been doing this a long time.
Right, but
He's an OG.
how many of our listeners heard Ransom's projects this year?
Yeah, not a lot.
You see what I'm saying?
Not enough.
Right. I
Not enough.
yeah.
All right. So, well, then, to be honest, there is nobody else to give it to but Nas.
Yeah, Nas and Method Man for the verse and
But you can't give it to him for a verse when this man got a great album.
nah, you can't.
Well, a good album that he knocked out the park.
Right.
Yeah. So
Uh
Nas,
I'm trying to
Nas,
think of somebody else. Like if anybody else do some real okay, it's even if
no,
he is, it ain't gonna equate. Two Chains
no,
is an OG, but that doesn't equate.
it
You
don't.
know, Royce.
Royce is the only other that we can be mentioned, and I'll still give it to Nas.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I give it.
Royce,
Yeah,
but
this
it
is
was
this
be
is
Nas.
Nas category.
Yeah, he got it.
Yep, it's Nas category.
Congratulations, Nas.
Congratulations, bro.
No more, no more, no more. You know what I mean? Roasting Nas live at the barbecue. Now he's
Exactly.
getting OG awards.
He went all the way from being roasted live at the barbecue to winning MVOG 2020.
Good job.
Yeah,
He's,
yeah. It's I mean, what in 2 years?
yeah,
That's all
2 years.
right. In 2 years, that's all right. I ain't mad at that. I ain't
Yeah.
mad at that. Man, let's do label of the year, and we're gonna save album of the year for last. How about that?
All right. All right. I'm looking at the wrong list. Okay. So, woo, label of the year. Griselda
Yeah.
Trust.
Wow.
And hold on, there's another one. Griselda Trust. Man, that's it. Those are my two nominees.
Griselda and Trust.
Hmm. And I gotta fact check something too, real quick.
Mm. Cause if it's those two, then it's easy.
I know.
Yeah, if it's those two, then it's easy. Damn, yo, who else could it be? It can't be. It can't be TDE. It can't
It's not.
be. Let's
It's
run
not.
down who it can't be. It can't be Dreamville. It can't be TDE. Talk to
Can't
me
be.
about Rock Nation. What Rock Nation do this year?
Uh, it's not Rock Nation because Nas got MVOG. But nah. um, what did they? I mean, look at honestly, they didn't do much. I mean,
What?
don't get me wrong. Like a lot of people are Rock Nation or slash Rock Nation. But like when you look at all the albums that are when we're talking about features or we're talking about good projects of this year, I don't know anybody that was Rock Nation mentioned.
Right. So
I don't know any solid hip hop projects came out of Rock Nation this year.
damn, you might be right, bro. I mean, but Rock Nation, I can't think of any. I can't really think of the major label Atlantic releases that had like labels where you knew they were having a good year.
Right.
You know what I mean? Sometimes it's obvious. Most times it's obvious, but I'm pretty sure every label struggled 2020, right?
Yeah, of course.
But some of them, the ones that seem like they prepared to get it in a drought, got it. And Griselda is one that's built like that. Like it feels like the labels that need the fluff fell back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The labels that need the smoke and mirrors and the you know what I mean? The press runs and the shit that we don't give a damn about, but the masses do. It makes your record appear to be larger than it is, and these things. The people that require that lean on that, fell back,
Right.
and the ones
Uh,
that didn't give a damn about that was like, yeah, we putting product on the street and these sweatshirts to go with it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like it is what it is. That's what we did last year. That's what we doing this year. That's what we doing next year. It's got to be Griselda.
Griselda. Now let me ask you, who won last year?
Griselda.
That's why I was like, that's why I was laughing at some of these categories because I know it's like it seemed like it seems like we keep giving the same award, but that's because the people keep being consistent.
Period. That's what it really
And
boiled
I'm gonna
down to.
be honest with you. With it didn't TDE did Reason album did come out this year.
Yeah, and it was
So
pretty good.
yeah, yeah. So I mean I'm just gonna mention them for that. They still don't win.
Nah, they don't win.
But yeah. But and I would just say this: this is an argument for another podcast. But this is what happens when you don't drop 2 years and 3 years, and everybody else still working and dropping and merching it up.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get label of the year. Not for you ain't gonna get a few. Not from Conversate for a few.
Now you definitely won't get a few for that.
So
But I guess it does take it. I'm gonna put it to you like this though. When you a TDE and you go from a fledgling label to having at least 3 stars,
mhm.
because Kendrick is a star, Schoolboy is a star, and SZA's a show enough star.
Yes.
You know, so you go to having 3 stars. It's hard to have them albums dropping back to back to back to back. Everybody doing different things. It ain't the same no more. You know what I'm saying? So it business gets in the way. You know, you spend a year and a half, 2 years getting all this money touring the world. You're an artist. You know that writing an album while you on tour produces bad music. Because what you end up doing is writing an album about being on tour. And the only people that can relate to being on tour is motherfuckers that's been on tour.
Right, other artists.
Other artists. So the public, that shit's gonna flop.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it happens a lot. And it's gonna flop. You know what I mean? And I think he knows better. So he gotta come back, recharge, figure out where the inspiration is gonna come from. All this strife and shit going on in the world, it might have dampened his inspirational spark. You know what I mean? So these are humans. These
Right.
and they different types of artists. Griselda's rapping about dope.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's why I said this is an argument for another podcast. I just wanted to put it out
I know, and I took the bait.
there.
I took the bait.
Yeah, but they definitely two different artists. So one inspiration they became the embodiment of their inspiration. The hustler, the drug good. So they don't need
Right.
inspiration. The artistic point
They've
of view
already lived it.
off inspiration currently.
Exactly.
And if there is none, then the pen don't move.
Then the pen don't move. These boys already lived their inspiration. They writing their way out of the inspiration.
Right.
And sadly enough though, when they get to a point, is that narrative, once they've written themselves completely out of that situation, are we still gonna buy that?
Mm-hmm.
Is it still gonna be good enough for us?
Right. Well, I think this is going to happen. I think Jay is going to tell them how to, I think he's going to show them some options of how they can get out of being trapped in a narrative like 50 that dies out and the music dies. Right. Because he was able to do it. And all it is, and I know Conway is going to be able to easily do it, is to just level up on your artistic expression. And, that's it.
Benny can do it too.
Benny can do it too, yeah.
Benny can do it too. The difference is, I don't think they didn't choose the super gangster, they chose real people.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be fine. They didn't choose the boss. They just doing money talk, and they telling you, you know what I mean. So it's like they adults with it. So I think they'll be fine.
Yeah,
I think they'll be fine. But yeah, I mean, it's easily Griselda, bro. It ain't even close.
No, Griselda.
Yeah, it ain't even close. All right, man. We down to album of the year.
I don't want to say nothing. I just want to hear yours.
So how we doing? Are we gonna do trap, melodic, traditional, and overall?
Okay. Yeah. Trap, melodic, traditional, overall. I don't even know, to be honest, about melodic exactly.
Shit. Okay. All right, then I'm gonna just run it down. Those two for you, then.
Trap and melodic.
Yeah.
I got trappers, but go ahead.
Trap is Lil Baby, easy. They ain't nobody fucking with that shit. That shit easy. Melodic, I'll give it to Dirt, cause he sing most of the album. He sing about as much as he rap, and that nigga singing. Like, that's a really melodic album. It's way more melodic than I expected it to be. I mean, he give me a lot more. He give me a lot of Future and a lot of Thug vibes. Baby give me Future vibes, right? But it's when Future spitting. It's less when Future singing. You know what I mean? But needless to say, Future and Young Thug is the father of all these niggas that exist today.
Yeah.
If Migos ain't your daddy, it's Future and Thug. You know what I mean? So everybody.
Yeah. I had a conversation with Capri. Yeah, he said the same thing.
Everybody is Future and Thug. It's Future and Thug kids. They doing a good job, but they Future and Thug kids. But I wasn't that impressed with Dirt album.
Oh, that's interesting.
It was okay. I wasn't forced to skip anything, so it wasn't bad. But it
Hmm.
wasn't like I was like, yo, this is fire. And then the next one come on like this is fire. They was coming on and be like, yo, this is cool. It was maybe two on there that I actually caught myself nodding my head to just because.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I guess it's the beat selection. They was decent at best.
I get that. I
Yeah.
get that.
Decent at best. You know. I like him though. I like him on the songs. I like how what he doing. You know what I
Yeah, yeah.
mean? I like how he expresses himself. I think he's a little off beat a lot on purpose.
Hmm.
That's his shit. But
Hmm.
hey, cool. But yeah, but so melodic. But the album, out of all the trap, melodic, young, you know what I'm saying, the new hip hop that I listened to in preparation for this, his was really the best melodic joint. He went for it. Like he going for it.
Yeah. Okay.
He going for it, and now Thug is going for it, but Thug I think naturally is a go for it type of person.
Now yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Dirt
Mhm.
going for it is like you don't expect that shit out of that nigga. Like, damn, that nigga going for it.
Yeah.
You know. But go ahead, what was you about to say?
No, no, no. I'm in agreement, and I actually sent you the song "No Sucker" with Lil Baby and Moneybagg Yo talking about saying how Baby went crazy on that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that.
That's weird. I think okay.
What? Go ahead, what
Now
was
I
you about to say?
think I had got my stuff switched up because I remember telling you I felt like I liked Dirt. I felt like actually Dirt rapped more on the album, but it's funny because you was like you feel like he did just as much singing as rapping. So I thinking I'm confused because then I sent you the Little Baby song saying how fire it was, and I
Yeah.
like the Little Baby album. So I gotta go. I have to go listen to again, but to make sure what I said originally stand, and I'm
Nah,
not confused myself.
I don't think he was confused because he did rap on the album. You see what I'm saying? And maybe it wasn't 50-50. Maybe it caught me off guard that he did more singing than I expected, so it felt like more.
Yeah.
You know, that could easily be the case. You see what I'm saying? But cause I because what you explained to me was that you think he kind of slowed down and fit more into the bars than Lil Baby did. You know what I mean? And I was
Hmm.
listening, and now what I will ask that you might, I ask that you go back and revisit Lil Baby bars on more songs, because if that's how you felt, then I don't know how you felt that way. Cause Lil Baby was going crazy on that album. That nigga was like, it was sometimes I was like, yo, this nigga's rapping. Like,
Mm. Oh yeah, yeah,
this
yeah,
nigga's
yeah,
rapping,
yeah,
rapping. Like
yeah,
he throw a little extra flavor on it because he know they want to hear it, but these is just bars. You know, these is just bars. It's a little auto tune on it, but these ain't nothing but bars right here. This nigga going crazy right now. You know what I mean? Like so, and I got that from Dirt too.
yeah. Mm.
I think Baby's way better at it.
Mm.
I think maybe that may be what it is. I
It
think he's
is. I
just
think it's just
way better
way
at it.
better at.
Yeah, I have to revisit. Yeah, for sure.
But Trap, I would give it to Lil Baby.
Yeah, yeah. Be honest, just off that song that I said that. Yeah, the
That
Dirt didn't
too
have
now.
one like that.
That was out. That's what I was about to say. It was a couple songs on Lil Baby album made me be like, yo, that right there is crazy. Like this
Yeah,
is
that joint.
nuts. It was a few on there that was like, yo, this is stupid. It was one that made me want to make beats. And I was like, yo, that okay. We cooking with grease. This shit here,
Yeah,
hot.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I heard myself like, yo, I could this sounds like what I would have done. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this shit fire. But yeah, so Trap, Lil Baby, and and the Baby did drop a trap album this year, and it was better than Kirk, and it was what I expected from Kirk, more what I expected from Kirk. A really really solid album, but not solid enough for trap album of the year, and I think Baby's construction of an album put him leaps and bounds above NBA YoungBoy or Moneybagg Yo,
Yeah.
or you see what I'm saying? Not that they might not have dropped good projects, but his song structure, like he's a better artist than these dudes, and he did a better project than these dudes.
Yeah, and he's a superstar now. He's transcended the genre.
Facts,
He's
facts.
literally like, and 98% of it, 98, that's a hyperbole, but eh, at least at a period of time this year, throughout the year, 70% of the dance challenges and stuff like that on TikTok was the Baby.
Yeah, I feel you. And he doubled with that the
With the Meg, his feature on Meg album.
the single about George Floyd.
Right.
Like that was a complete left turn for him. I didn't expect that. You
Yeah.
know, I think it feels like to me, and the funny thing is that, and it felt like the album came out before that, right? But it didn't because that shit's on the album.
Mhm.
Well, today, you can put that shit on the album later.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. I feel like the album came out after that. I don't know whether doing that gave him some level of confidence where he could just go crazier than he did before, or maybe I need to go back and listen to his projects. But I think he might get most improved MC.
I can see that. I I agree with that. I went back. I listened to his old projects,
Okay.
and um, he definitely stepped it up, cleaned it up, and so much so that, okay, let me put it like this: if you go three projects backwards
Yeah.
to where he is now, you would have never thought three projects ago that he would become a pop star this fast.
Right.
But that's how well he's putting together this stuff and executing.
It's honest, man. Listening to him talk and listening to his interviews and stuff. Once he got this opportunity and he seen it was gonna work, he took that shit serious.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know
can
what I
hear it.
mean. You can hear it, and
Hmm.
and it's working.
Hmm.
Like the better his music is, the more popular he's getting. Um, yeah, I, yeah, he's definitely a star. He's
Right.
definitely a star. He's a star in a way that Roddy Rich with a mega hit
Yeah.
and a super popular album can't be a star, or it doesn't feel like a star.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I'm sure he did numbers way beyond what Lil Baby did just
Yeah.
with that one song.
It,
But it's just something to being able to maintain that work.
hmm
He put it together on this joint though. I ain't skipped nothing. I didn't even feel like there was nothing I wanted to skip on the album. I was like, yo, this shit hit crazy.
Yeah.
Traditional, bro.
Traditional. I have it's a few people in this few nominees in this category.
Okay.
Royce Allegory.
Mm.
Um, let me and I want to mention the albums on this one. Uh, Chez Noir, After 12,
Okay.
Ransom. Pick any of those three. Stove God Cooks, Reasonable Drought, Conway from King to God, and Benny, Burden of Proof.
You said Alfredo first.
I haven't even said Alfredo.
Oh
Alfredo too.
yeah. Okay.
Alfredo too, and I'm even going to say King's Disease.
Wow.
And I already, but first of all, let me say this. Before we start recording, I already knew who my album of the year personally is. I already knew
Right.
who it goes to.
Right. 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 Um. Ugh.
Yeah,
I think I would, if I had to take some off that list, right? Because I all of them belong on the list, in my
yeah.
opinion.
I
In
know
my
you're gonna
opinion.
start with Ransom.
Well, yeah. Oh, actually, I was gonna start. I was gonna start with Stove God Cooks and Ransom, but
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
But Stove God Cooks, cause definitely, a epic album. Like it's just epic. It's just epic. It's a great album. It's a great album. Um. Maybe it's a little left field to be album of the year.
Okay, so I'm just saying. I knew the class year that he's album of the year for me, hands down. He win it.
For real?
Reasonable best album of the year. It's better than King to God. Yeah.
It's not better than Alfredo to me.
Oh yeah. So I like it better than Alfredo.
That's album of the year to me. Alfredo's album of the year to me. Like that's it to me.
Okay.
That wins to me. Um,
Yeah.
Stove
Yeah.
God is good. Like it's a great album. It's got a great energy all the way through.
And
Um,
he's rapping. He's rapping.
he's definitely rapping.
Like
He's definitely rapping.
I enjoy his. I enjoy his his bars way more. And let me tell you something that well, I see why you would give it to Alfredo, and I can't argue with that because Freddie Gibbs is rapping like hell, and the beats are good.
Yeah.
All the beats. Now I'm saying he got good production too, but some of the beats could have been better. I would
On
say.
Stove God.
So God, yeah.
Yeah.
So I can agree with giving it to Alfredo for album of the year, and I'm doing that off of production could have been better on Stove Gods, but he's not lacking lyrically. But I will say this one thing that he's mastered. He's mastered, and you spoke to her earlier about him being unorthodox, and you said a little left. His bars, his bars, you never know what he's going to say next, which is key. And what made Big great, and what Puff told Pusha T.
Yep.
If I know your next line, that ain't the one, Playboy.
Yep.
And
That's
he
a fact.
changed that.
That's a
You
fact.
don't know what he's going to say next. And this is what's so odd about it is you think because the person is going to rhyme on the next bar, like something this, and they're going to rhyme something with that, right? And he does, but what he rhymes it with, you don't even think like
Right.
he would say like to say like how do you even think of that?
Yeah.
Like so he mastered to me from all the music that I've heard of him verse wise, he's very unpredictable. You
I'm
don't
a,
know what he's gonna say next.
right. I ain't here to take nothing from Stove God. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Cause I love the album as much as you do.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, but when I say okay, shit. When I say left field, a little too left field, remember Igor won last year, right?
Ooh.
That's left field.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So I think you hit the nail
And
on
it
the
had
head.
better production. So sonically, musically, it was better.
I
It
think you
sounds
hit
so good.
exactly. It didn't sound good enough for me to listen to it as much as I listened to Alfredo. Alfredo sounds better.
It does. It does. It does. It does sound better.
You know what I mean? Like it's a better album. Like you know what I mean? Like I can't. You see what I mean? Like it's a better experience. Like one is a different experience, and it's a great one. But it's like both of fine art, but one of them's a little bit more palatable.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
one that's a little bit more palatable is gonna get a little bit more action.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It don't mean it's better,
Hmm.
but it might be more aesthetically pleasing to you.
Yeah,
You see what I'm
yeah.
saying? That and I think that's what Alfredo is to me over reasonable drought. Uh, because in all honesty, I like King to a God better than I like Reasonable Drought, just because I like listening to it more.
Oh, God, yeah, I get what you're
You
saying.
see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, would I give King to a God better album than Reasonable Drought? No, because Reasonable Drought is an album. It's just as much album as Alfredo. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That's why it's up there with it, because that's an album. It's an experience from beginning to end. It's an album. Um, so that God, if it had been just the production, just and it's 100% Rock Marciano produced, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
in all respect to
Even
Rock, and
on collabs.
I know, like that they might, you know what I mean? Like
Who did we give it to thus far?
it was Alfredo.
Well, everything stays as is.
Exactly. That's what I'm like. If that was Alfredo one collab of the year, and this is a collab,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Rock Marcy and Stove God, then it's got to be album of the year.
Yeah.
You know. Uh,
And it's up for a Grammy, I heard.
Stove God Cooks.
No, no, no.
Oh, Alfredo is definitely up for a Grammy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alfredo is up for a Grammy.
At least they got that one right.
Yeah. Well, they got all of the nominees right except for the dude that, and he's a good artist, but he
Hmm.
shouldn't be there. You know, Sir that
Yeah.
signed to TDE is his brother. I
Oh.
can't remember his name, but he hot. D Smoke.
Yeah, that's so funny. I came across some decent stuff yesterday.
Yeah, he's up for a Grammy, probably for what you came across.
Okay.
Yep. But then that's Sir from TDE.
TDE.
That's his brother. Yeah. D Smoke fire though, and Sir fire.
And
So
what label is he with?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know he was on that TV show.
What,
He
Love and
he
Hip Hop?
nah. He won a contest like with like the
Yeah.
joint on Netflix.
Got you.
If I ain't mistaken. Yeah, Rhythm and Flow is what it's called.
Okay.
It's called Woodworks Records Empire.
All
So
right.
he's indie.
Yeah.
Yep. So we down to one category, bro. The last one.
Oh man, I thought that was our last one.
Nah, we got one more, yo.
Okay.
Best overall.
Best overall.
Hip hop album of the year.
Alfredo.
Guess so.
Alfredo production, lyric, theme, sonic. It
Yeah.
has to.
It's gotta be Alfredo, dog. Like it's got to be.
Yeah,
As good as a king to a god is, Alfredo is more flawless.
it is, and and it's better on the ear. It's easier on the ears.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's easier on the ears, yo.
Oh man, I didn't
Yeah.
see that.
I didn't. Well, I. Mm, it's a few things on here I didn't see coming.
I definitely didn't see Nas as
MVOG.
yeah.
Did we do a most improved?
Um, we did, and we mentioned a little bit,
Look,
and said
would be Lil Baby.
it would be Little Baby. Um, and his album is mad good. So,
Yeah, I think he deserves the
uh,
most improved to be added to the list because I don't know why it wasn't in the list that I got it from. And honestly, we may have added it while we was talking like we doing now. That's crazy. Yo, no, it was on there because you know who got it before?
Styles.
Most
The first.
improved.
Oh no, most improved. Yeah, Jim Jones.
Jim Jones got one, and who got the other one?
Mano, I think.
21 Savage.
Oh, right. 21 did get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
21 Savage got it.
that's well, that's good. That kind of makes sense for little baby to get it.
It does. It does.
That's
That's what triggered my memory.
yeah. Oh man. Yo, I forgot. Yeah, and he deserved that. Yo, I like 21 Savage, son.
21 Savage fired.
Uh, he fires,
He
son.
fired. He fired. Alright, so I'm gonna run this list down again.
All right.
Alright. Lyricist of the year. Ransom. Standout freestyle.
I'm glad my man got something because he was in a lot of categories. He even got bumped off 2 categories.
He did. He did. He got the first one though. He got the
Yeah.
he got the one before it come on TV. The one they do when everybody on the red carpet.
Yeah.
Alright, lyricist of the year, Ransom. Standout freestyle, Mez for Gundam Freestyle Series. Feature of the year, Method Man for Lemon Squeeze. Oh man. Best collab album, Alfredo with Alchemist and Freddie Gibbs. Best rollout, Big Sean. Best new artist, Shay Noir. Producer of the year, Hit Boy. Most improved MC, Lil Baby. Label of the year, Griselda. MVOG, Nas. Album of the year, Trap. Lil Baby, Melodic, Lil Durk. Traditional, Alfredo. Best year overall, best album overall this year, 2020. Alfredo, Freddie Gibbs, and Alchemist.
Yeah. That's good. I would like to see response to our list.
Say that again.
I would like I'm happy about our list. I would say I would like to see people's response to our list.
Oh yeah.
I would love to see people's response. And I'm gonna tell you, if I was Ransom, I'd be happy. That's a big honor, and I know that's something that Ransom pride itself on is being a lyrically dope MC. So out of all the awards, I think that's the one he would actually want to take.
Yo, we got to put this out. You right, and tag everybody in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what's up. Matter of fact, we put it out and tag everybody in it and everybody nominated,
Absolutely.
and then
But
list,
yeah.
don't list who won.
Mm. Okay.
Got to listen to the show to know who won.
Yeah.
All right, I'll work on that tonight.
That's dope.
Man, so it's another one in the books, bro.
Yeah, this is our third annual Conversate for a Few awards.
Yeah, Conversate for a few awards. We handed out a few.
Yeah.
It's all right, man. This is a good list. I think we did good. We fair, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's fair and balanced. Yeah.
Yep. I think it's fair. Sound like Fox News.
Slop Fox.
Yeah, Sly Fox News over this phone. But yeah, man. Hey, you think we did enough, yo?
Yeah, I think we covered it, man.
For sure. If that's the case, man, I'm gonna ask everybody as usual, man. I'm gonna ask y'all to subscribe. Wherever the subscribe button is down there, hit that and hit the notification button beside it. That way you know when the next show comes out. It's usually on Thursdays, sometimes it's on Fridays. But just stick with us. We gonna get everything, man, ironed out. Matter of fact, Thursday, Friday, shit, you have something to look forward to. You need a damn surprise, you know.
Right.
But go follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Conversate for a Few. Be sure to join the Facebook group Conversate for a Few Extended Convos, and Go subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and Anchor. Stay tuned for the limited edition Few Tang Clan merch. We promise it's coming. Leaving in the
Sugar's Griselda gonna put out merch when they drop. Conversate for a few. Merch is coming.
damn right, and we gonna start working on this book ASAP.
Yeah.
You know it. And if that's it, bro, I'm Jonna.
I'm Alan. This was not a podcast about classical music.
Absolutely was not. This is a podcast about hip hop. Make room for the tag.
Conversate for a few.
Hustle, welcome, man, they had to send me. Hustle from Raleigh, live from NC with your hosts, John and Alan. Relate to the two, you are now listening to Conversate for a few. Check it on SoundCloud, debate with your crew. They talking hip-hop from the late to the new. From July till June end, no Fridays for me, tune in. Please listen to this podcast. 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 Please listen to this podcast.